everybody, it's Chef Stacy. Welcome back to the kitchen here at Journey Christian Church in Apopka, Florida. Today's episode is going to be so much fun. We're taking inspiration from a Disney Pixar movie called Ratatouille. And I've got some special guests who are going to sit in and watch me cook today. Look over here. This is Isaiah, Ayana, Laya, and EJ. They all watch the movies, and I'm told they're vegetable lovers, so this better go good today. But Ratatouille is a movie about a little rat. And you can see I got some little rats running around here on my counter. It's about a little rat named Remy. And Remy, he has a really highly sophisticated sense of taste. So he wants to eat human food because he thinks it tastes better than rat food. So today we're gonna make ratatouille. But Remy says, ratatouille is a silly name for a dish, doesn't it? He says it sounds like rat-patouille. Yeah. But we're gonna make this dish and we hope you enjoy it. So join us in preparation. But right behind me, I've got some water boiling because I'm gonna do a twist on ratatouille and I'm gonna make a ratatouille pasta. This picture here is kind of what more of the traditional ratatouille looks like, especially the one that they made in the movie. But again, I'm gonna do a pasta twist on it because I think it'll be a little bit more kid-friendly. I've got some water boiling here in the back. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to the water because if you add a little pinch of salt to the water, that's your only chance to season the pasta. So let me throw a little bit of salt in here. We're gonna let this boil and we're gonna get started with the rest. Turn up my heat. Today, I am just using a little corkscrew pasta, but use a pasta of your choice. There's so many choices out there, but pick your favorite. So I'm gonna turn these on and we're gonna get some vegetables warming up. Got a little heat. Now, I wanted to grill these vegetables, but I'm indoor grilling today. So that's why I'm using these pans here. I'm gonna heat both of these up. I'm gonna turn that one down so it's not so high. And look at all the veggies that I have up here. We are gonna add tomatoes, bell peppers, zucchini, and eggplant. We are gonna have a good time with all this today. I'm gonna take a couple of these. The first thing you wanna do with a tomato is you wanna core it. So I'm just gonna cut off this end here. And to make it easy, you just cut off the sides. You wanna just get the skin kind of the tomato. We don't wanna get all of the little seeds and the wetness in it because that's gonna add moisture to our pasta dish and we don't want that. So I'm just gonna cut off these big pieces here. And this, you can save this and we can use that for something else later. But coring is really easily. There's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can just slice it right off the sides like I'm doing. Or you can take it, let me see if I can show you the roll technique. Cut it here, and then almost just take your knife and just roll it around. Can you see that? And you get the same thing, but you get it all in one big piece. But again, we're just taking away this inside because we don't want all that moisture. All right, I'm gonna take a few of these pieces. I have taken some fresh garlic and I just got them into some really nice little small slivers like that. And I'm gonna kind of insert them in a few of my pieces here. Give our tomatoes a little extra flavor. Can you see? I made a little pocket for it. We're gonna just shove that little garlic in some little pockets there. Let's spray that. Get these on the grill here. Oh, you can always hear a sizzle already. These won't take long to cook at all. And I'm gonna sprinkle them with just a little bit of red pepper flakes, just to give them just a little punch of some spice there. Perfect. Now, gonna take some zucchini and some bell peppers. And you can choose any colored bell pepper you want. How about we go with a yellow? That way we get some bright color on this place. I'm gonna cut off the top, cut off the bottom. They kind of call this the box cut. You just 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you got the center that you can throw away. How easy is that? Throw that on the grill. Easy. I don't want to waste this little piece here. I'm gonna just toss that on there anyway. Now we got our hot pan going over here. We're gonna get some zucchini going and some eggplant. The recipe calls for a Japanese eggplant, and the Japanese eggplant is not as fat as this. It's actually like a little more slender and it's longer. This one's really fat and big, so we only need one. We might not even need all of it. So I'm just gonna cut this into some strips. See how nice thick strips there? And then we are going to put these on the grill too. I love grilled veggies because they actually kind of bring out the sweetness in veggies. And the funny part about this, people think that this is a vegetable, but it's actually a fruit. Both of these are actually technically a fruit.
How do you make it into like strips?
All I did was just cut it up. I just cut them long ways. And then I'm gonna take them and I'm gonna brush them with a little olive oil. Put that on the grill. Yes.
Are tomatoes fruits?
Tomatoes are fruits, but people think they're a vegetable too. And grilling vegetables doesn't take a lot of time at all. They grill pretty fast. Now, let me stop just for a second while these are cooking and check on this pasta. I got one piece out here. It's really hot. I like to just taste it. This one is hot. And what you want is what they call al dente. So before you take it out, you want it to not be hard, but you want it to be a little bit chewy. It just needs another minute or two, and then we'll take that off. So while that's cooking, all this stuff is cooking, I'm gonna take zucchini and cut it long ways. We're gonna see if we can fit these on here too. Get this all going. Now, would you guys look at all these vegetables and say, I would eat all of those?
Yeah, I would eat all those.
Yeah.
You would? Would you?
Uh-huh.
You would? Oh, you guys are gonna be awesome. You're gonna love this dish then. Let me see if I can squeeze all of these on here. And look how fast they're cooking. You already got some nice grill marks on there. See if I can squeeze this one over here. Let's check these. I'm gonna turn them over. And then we are going to, we already got a little color going on these. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Can you see that? Those grill marks?
Yeah, I like that. Excuse me?
Yes.
Are you gonna make it a design when you're done cooking them?
And a design? No, I'm gonna cut them all up. I'm gonna cut them all up into bite-sized pieces. Okay, while those are cooking, I'm gonna check the pasta again. Alrighty. This time, I'm gonna have one of you try it. Okay. Are you ready? I'm gonna put it on your napkin right here. Try that and tell me, does it taste chewy? Tell me if it tastes chewy. Here. Or if it's, do you think it's ready or not? It won't burn you. But what you want is to see, it needs to taste a little bit chewy.
Perfect.
That tastes pretty good, but it's a little bit chewy. Okay, let's take it off. Let me grab my pot holders here. I'm gonna pour it into here, And I'm gonna pour the water away from me so that steam, that hot steam doesn't hit me, okay?
Okay.
See how hot that is? I'm gonna pour it away from me. That way the hot water won't splash on me. And see how all that steam is gonna come up? Woo!
Cool.
Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rinse this with cold water because I want it to stop cooking. I'm gonna rinse this with cold water so that the noodles can cool off faster. See how all the steam is going away?
Excuse me.
Yes!
Won't the water soak it?
No, because it's draining. See, when I lift this up, all the water is dripping out.
Cool.
And then if I shake it, let all the water, we want all the water to just soak out the bottom. This is called a colander.
Cool.
Okay, let's check on our veggies again. Look how they're looking nice. They're getting some nice charred color on them. But the zucchini is taking a little slower. We'll wait on that one. Nice. Look at everything. Ooh. So in the movie was set in Paris. And the chefs that he was a famous chef, and his name was Chef Gusteau. And he wrote a book, Anyone Can Cook. So that was his belief that no matter who you are, if you have passion in your soul, then you can cook. So that's what he believed. So Remy made friends with, do you remember his name?
I think it's Remy.
Oh, no. Linguine.
Linguini. Remy made friends with a kitchen worker named Linguini, and they started cooking together.
A restaurant?
And yeah, at the restaurant. So this is Chef Gusteau's book. And he said, anybody can cook. So this guy never cooked a day in his life. So everybody else who worked in the restaurant, they said, oh no, we don't want him to cook because he doesn't know how to cook. But Chef Gusteau says what?
Anyone can cook.
Anyone can cook. They just have to have a good heart. That's what I loved about it. When they made the movie, you know that they actually sent 43 of the people, like all the cameramen who made the movie, they sent them all the staff, they sent them to cooking classes so that they would know how to make all the foods. And then they took pictures of them. And then this really famous chef called Thomas Keller, and he owns a really famous restaurant in Napa Valley. He's the actual one that created the dish that was famous in the movie. And he's the one that designed it to look like this. He made it look like this.
Cool.
So Chef Keller is a famous chef in Napa Valley, California. Look at our veggies. They're looking good here. All right, I'm gonna take these out and start cutting these up and add so that they're ready to go with our pasta. When you drain the pasta, some people like to save a little bit of the water so that they can mix it in a little bit later if they need to. But I don't like to use the water. I like to use just a little bit of a little olive oil. Look how pretty. We got a nice char on these vegetables here. Really cool. I'm gonna start cutting these up so that they can go in our mix with our pasta. And I'm gonna set this hot pan behind me so it can cool off. And I'm gonna bring this back up here so that I can drop our pasta in. And we're gonna start tossing it all together. But see how quick this is? I bet you could help your mom make this at home. This doesn't take a long time to make it all. And if your mom starts a garden, I heard she might wanna start a garden. If she starts a garden and she starts growing this stuff, so you guys can get some baskets, go out there and pick all these vegetables and the fruits and vegetables, and then she can cook them up. You think you could help her do that?
Yeah.
We got some grill marks going a little bit on our zucchini there. Let's let those cook a little bit more. See, we got a little grill mark going there on the zucchini. We'll let that cook while I cut these up. So what was your favorite part of the movie?
I think it was when Linguini figured out he was Gusto's son.
Ooh, I know. Probably when all the rats were cooking. I know.
Can you imagine if we turned on the lights in here and 100 rats went scrambling? What do you think would happen?
I'd freak out. I'll throw up.
I think the health inspectors would shut us down too. But in the movie, Linguini found out that he was actually the son of the famous chef Gusto. And so then the restaurant was supposed to belong to him. So he got to take it over. But he was so scared to do it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I know one of my favorite parts is
What?
when he put those glasses on and he acts like he was awake.
Oh.
And the other chef, found out and she slapped him.
Well, he was so tired, and so he was asleep, and so the Remy would help him, so he put the glasses on so nobody would know how tired he was.
Yeah, that's my favorite part too.
Well, I am cutting up bell peppers and roasted the tomatoes that we grilled here. And we're gonna mix all these in. But what I love about this dish is all the colors. I think it helps us to eat healthier when we have colors on our plate that are really pretty. And then our eyes are going, wow, look at all the colors.
It looks more appealing.
So having a dish with lots of colors in it, and I need to save some pasta that won't have tomatoes in it, right? I have one of my special guests today who doesn't eat tomatoes. So I gotta save her some pasta that doesn't have tomatoes in it. Now, how's our zucchini looking over here? It's looking pretty good. These pieces are a little bit thick. I'm just gonna leave them cooking here while I keep cutting up the rest of these vegetables. All righty. So, tell me what your favorite food is.
I think my favorite food is that's actually hard. Pancakes.
Pancakes? All right.
Sushi.
Sushi.
Yeah, mine too.
That is interesting. Now, see, I like sushi, but I can't. My son will eat sushi, but I can't get my husband or daughter to eat sushi. What's the secret? What's the secret? What's your favorite sushi?
Probably the spicy sushi.
The spicy? I'm kind of a spicy girl myself.
I like shrimp. Or sushi with rock
Also,
sauce.
one of my favorite foods?
What?
One of my favorite foods is thinking soup.
Thinking food? What is thinking food?
Well, it's thinking soup. My mom makes it with zucchinis and stuff, and it tastes super good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a recipe your mom makes. Nice. Well, today we're just going to use all these nice, fresh ingredients that we've got going here. I'm going to start cutting up the zucchini or the eggplant here. Have you guys tried eggplant before?
No.
No? Okay, good. It's going to be in your dish here. Most of the time when you see eggplant at a restaurant, they'll call it like eggplant parmigiana, and it's got tomato sauce on it and cheese. But this dish is meant to be simple, and it's meant to just let the vegetables and all the little fresh grown things shine. So you're meant to taste all those things. So I don't know if you remember in the movie, when Linguini found out that Chef Gusto was his father, the chef that was running the restaurant was trying to use Linguini's name, And he was trying to have Mexican food and frozen foods and all this kind of stuff that Chef Cousteau didn't like because it wasn't fresh. So he didn't want them to eat all the packaged foods. Chef Cousteau wanted people to eat fresh foods.
The natural ones?
Yes.
You want to trick them.
So that was a controversy in the movie.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Isn't ratatouille a peasant dish?
Well, they called it that in the movie, but I call it a humble dish, and that's how some of it, they referred to it a little bit in the movie too. It's because it's not a fancy dish. Now see how this is plated, how when they plated it like this, they kind of made it really fancy. They made it fancy, and they used what's something called a mandolin, and they sliced every vegetable just perfect, and they carefully layered it. This is kind of a fancy version of it, but for people who were growing up in that area, the ratatouille was generally a stew, and it was something like a mom would make, and she would just toss everything together. So they made it so that it wasn't a fancy dish, but it was actually a really simple dish. But once they start putting it in the restaurants, then they tried to turn it into a really fancy dish so that people who were coming there would like it. So do you remember that food critic that was in the movie?
Yes. Ego.
Yes, okay. So when he tasted this recipe, then do you remember how he started remembering when he was a little boy?
Yeah.
And then because it was something his mom made. So do you guys have like a special recipe that your mom makes that gives you good memories?
Yeah, I think so. I think one is pot pie because I remember how good it is.
So, okay, there's a pot pie recipe that your mom makes, right?
Yes.
So like for the rest of your life, like when you get older, and then maybe you're 30 years old or something, and you're sitting somewhere and somebody gives you a pot pie recipe, and you'll go, this is what my mom used to make. And it's gonna taste really good. And see, that's what happened to that food critic, is he ate the dish, and then it made him remember when he was a little boy. And then he started remembering all the good times he had with his parents and his family. And it gave him good memories. And see, that's what food does. A lot of times, most of the time when you eat, aren't you with your family?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you have your creating memories together. And so that's why he liked it, because it reminded him of all those wonderful memories he had. And that's one thing that makes food so special, is that you can enjoy it with other people and other people that you love. I am almost done here cutting up all of these veggies, and now I've just got to get the zucchini. And we're gonna toss the rest of this together with the rest of my ingredients here, and then you get to be my taste testers.
Yay.
Okay? You'll get to be my taste testers. And you know what? We'll see if we can create some new memories for you. Okay? I'm gonna turn this on low just so I can warm it all up through together as we put everything in there. And do you know that famous scene in the movie where Remy the rat was making a soup? Do you know what kind of soup that was?
No.
It was a leek soup. Have you guys ever had leeks?
Oh, yeah.
You've had leeks before? They kind of look like big fat onions, a little bit long scallions.
Yeah.
Like celery.
It could look like celery depending on what size it is, but that was the recipe that he was making a leek soup. So what I thought was funny in the movie was Remy, he had such a good sense of smell, and so people don't like rats in their house, right? Nobody wants a rat in their house. So what he would do was people would put poison on the food in the trash so that when the rats eat it, they would die. So Remy had such a good sense of smell that he would smell all the food that the rats were eating. So the rats would all line up and they go, okay, I got this out of the trash can, smell it, see if it's good. So Remy would test everything and make sure everything didn't have the rat poison on them.
And he didn't like that job.
He didn't like that job. He wanted to be a chef in a kitchen. You're right. He did not like that job.
Excuse me?
Yes.
You dropped I think it was one of...
Oh, a little piece of zucchini? Oh, that one didn't make it in the pot. We won't worry about it. Okay. Now, I have got everything cut up. I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna add a few more seasonings, and voila.
Isn't the dish called ratatouille?
What's that?
Isn't the dish called ratatouille?
It's called ratatouille, isn't it? So isn't it funny that they made a rat in the movie? That's kind of funny, huh? Okay, so this is called herbes de Provence, okay? It's kind of like a seasoning that has different herbs all kind of ground up in it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that. I like a little bit of garlic in everything that I make. And even though we had just a little bit of garlic in the tomatoes, I'm just gonna add a little bit more. And then I'm just gonna add this little drizzle. Let me stir this up. Oh, and last thing, just a little bit of pepper. A lot of recipes don't call for pepper because you're using bell peppers and they don't want too many seasonings so that it takes away from the flavor of the food. Now, let me give this a stir. Can you see all the colors in here, Mark? And like I said, ratatouille is not meant to be a fancy dish. It's meant to kind of almost be like comfort food. Something that is just warm and inviting. And look, I've got all these little fresh herbs. This is oregano. And I actually pulled these straight from the garden and washed them. And watch how easy it is to get them off the stem. You just go backwards. And look at that, they just pop off. We're gonna put some, ooh, okay. You can see if you can smell this. Can you smell that?
Yeah.
Can you smell it?
Yeah.
Yes? See? That's where you get that. And so you're gonna get that smell on your plate too. I love the smell of fresh herbs. And maybe you guys will talk your mom into growing some herbs in her garden. See, the fresh herbs give you that really nice smell. And sometimes when you eat, do you ever just sit over your plate and you go, you ever do that? That's okay. I want you to try that with this dish, okay?
Okay.
To see if you can smell some stuff.
Like Remy.
Yeah, just like Remy did. Okay, and then I've got some basil. And did you see him when he was plucking the basil in the movie and I've got some fresh basil from my garden outside. Okay, now I'm told that some of you like cheese and some of you don't. So I'm gonna put cheese on 2 and leave cheese off of 2. So I've got some goat cheese here, and I'm gonna put some goat cheese on.
Excuse me, Mr. Stacy?
Yes?
I can have cheese, I just don't really like it.
Okay, so 3 no cheeses. 1 cheese, 3. Do you like cheese in yours?
I can have cheese.
Okay, no cheese in yours then. All righty. So let me let the camera get this. That is our pasta ratatouille. Are you guys ready? Now, who's choosing cheese?
Me.
Okay. Miss Ayana is choosing cheese. 1 no tomato.
Thank you.
And 2, okay, now this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to smell first. Smell it. And see, tell me what you smell.
Let's not break it down.
It smells good.
Huh?
It smells like
What do you smell?
fresh cheese.
It smells fresh.
It smells like basil.
You can smell the basil?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I got a secret to tell you guys too. I had somebody helping me make the dish today. Who do you think helped me?
Mommy.
No.
Everybody?
No.
I think it was us.
I had someone special helping me make the dish today. Just like in the movie?
Yeah.
Remember how he had a rat under his hat? And then the rat would pull the string, pull his hair and help him what to do? So,
Yep.
what should I name him?
What about bear? What about not bear?
Ratatouille?
We'll call him Ratty. How about we'll call him Ratty? Okay, so Ratty helped me cook today, you guys.
Okay.
He was under there all the time. So, okay, let's try. Let's see what Ratty made.
Ratty the rat.
Ratty the rat. So we got pasta, and there's zucchini, and eggplant. And we roasted the vegetables, and added some olive oil and some seasonings.
That's good.
Is that good? Now, I actually like mine with the goat cheese on it. I know you guys don't like cheese, but I like mine with the goat cheese because it adds a little tang. Okay.
I think this would be good with tomato sauce.
You could add some tomato sauce to it. That's really easy to do. Because you got the basics and you could add some pasta sauce to it. That's a very good idea. But just think of all the healthy stuff you're getting in your bodies too. But I love the fresh herbs. So which one of the vegetables is your favorite?
Probably
The potatoes. Is this potato?
That was an eggplant.
I like the egg.
You liked it? So when you grill it with just a little olive oil?
I think I like the eggplants too. I like, what do you think?
That one is bell pepper.
And you can use any color bell pepper. See, I have all these different colored bell peppers over here. You can use any color you want. Well, I just want to thank you guys, and I have to thank Ratty for helping me cook today. Did you guys know he was under there?
No.
No? You didn't know? He was helping me the whole time. He was helping me the whole time. Wink, wink, huh? Well, me and Ratty, let me see if I can get him down here. Me and little Ratty, I wouldn't want to see him run around my kitchen though. I don't know. Me and Ratty had a good time today and hope you enjoyed making ratatouille with us. But just remember, food can be special and it can just bring back family memories and make food. Don't forget to make food a part of your faith journey. We always try to put out a video around the third Tuesday of the month, so that way you can be looking for it. You can always go to our Journey Christian Church's YouTube channel, and always go to journeychristian.com, cooking with Chef Stacy, and you can get all of these recipes and more, and check out some of the old videos as well. But thank you for coming today, and thank my guests, and let's thank Ratty, you guys. See you next time.